Yo, what up? All right. We got another one from Joke World.
Okay. What we got?
This is every comedian's reaction to Shane Gillis hosting SNL.
Okay. That's dope. That is really dope. You know what I mean? We did hear that he's going to be back on SNL. You know, definitely.
Yep. Well deserved. It's probably a little, I don't know how SNL feels, but I mean,
Hey, man.
it should feel good that you got an amazing comedian to host your show. I know you could have had him to be a part of it, but at least you got him a part of it somehow.
Absolutely. Everybody deserves a good second chance.
Yeah, SNL does deserve a second chance.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see some Shane.
All right.
What's the deal with airplane peanuts?
Shane Gillis is finally making his historic and triumphant return to Saturday Night Live.
Live from New York, Shane Gillis. Place.
News that shook the entire world of entertainment to its core, resulting in fellow comedians and comedy fans alike filled with pride, a handful of comics still angry at SNL, and even a few scumbag gossip writers trying to drag Shane back down to their level.
What a f***ing loser.
This is what comedians have to say about Shane Gillis hosting SNL and the aftermath, starting off with Theo Von.
Unbelievable. Wow. Part of me wonders if at the last minute he's going to be like, hey, sorry guys, it's just not for me. Kind of like they did to him,
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. But good for him, man. Congrats to Shane. He is so funny, man. I just think he's so funny.
Shane going back, being on the show that fired him, I'm going to call it now, and I'm not the first one to coin it, must-see TV.
Yeah. I mean, Norm went back when he got fired, and I thought that was interesting. But actually, Shane has blown up more than... I mean, Norm had done great after he left, but it was nothing like going from selling out clubs to selling out big theaters. Like, Shane is all around doing great, big money coming in, and big special. Someone called him the Taylor Swift for men, which is hysterical. Like, all guys like him. You know what I mean? He's like a guy's guy. He's big. He wears a T-shirt. He's just like a regular dude, and he just talks like dudes talk. But it's very clever.
Yeah, us as fellow comedians, when you see Louis C.K. come up, or Norm, or whatever, or David Spade, people who have a take on stuff you wouldn't think of. And Shane is the latest, greatest in that he's just doing it a little different than right before him. It is his moment. And he's sneakily incredibly likable. He has... Most comedians, I don't know if you have a laugh, but most comedians have a laugh that they do once in a while throughout their set. He just has a really charming one. Even if his bit is kind of edgy, he just wins you over. So I'm going to watch.
And his monologue, Shane, I mean, I don't even know what you say. I mean, it's so funny. Yeah. I think I'm happy SNL took the hit and just said, yeah, come back. You're too big of a star now. And it's actually sort of in the ether right now that he's doing well. And that's the kind of host they want. And so what happened before, just take it.
How long ago did you find out?
A month ago?
A month ago. He's known for a full month.
Yeah.
What?
It's top secret.
A month?
It was like rumblings about it for a little while.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It makes total sense.
Yeah, I said on my
really
stream.
I cried.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I couldn't stop crying. I was trying not to.
Happy.
Big J cried for a different reason. Yeah. Doggy, I said I was on my stream like a week ago, maybe not even, and somebody was like, they said something about Shane S, and I was like, dude, I bet you one day he will host. It was this week. It was this week. I said one day he will host SNL.
Things move fast.
I'm telling you right now, that shit is absolutely wild, and I'm very, very happy for Shane. It's all exciting, but I do have to stop my instinct to shit on SNL, right? Just like I'll talk about it here, but because it's like f*** you guys. Are you kidding me? No, f*** you guys. What changed?
They did it.
Nothing f***ing changed. He still said the shit that you fired him for. So you guys are just willing to be hypocritical
Sort of. So it's a little more complex than that. It's not SNL. It's this NBC, these gross six. Like, that's the thing. Yeah. It's not like the comics on SNL were like, Shane should be.
A couple of them did.
Yeah,
there was a couple people that did interviews and they shit on him.
them.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like these are like network things. Normie went back and hosted SNL after he got the butt
Dude, it
from
was
the
awesome.
network.
And his monologue was fucking
It was
sick.
hilarious.
He
Yeah.
said, either I got a lot better or this show still sucks.
I want Shane.
But it's the same,
I'm sure
it's
he's
the
going to do
same
something.
idea, you know.
I'm sure he's going to do something
I'm not
super
racist
clever.
anymore. This is the most racist show on television.
Dude, and you're right. It's not just SNL. It's NBC. It's the corporation. Obviously, it's the sponsors. It's a big machine. But none of that changed. And it's if you step back from it and you look at what happened there, you go like, oh wow, it is truly soulless.
Shane Gillis is hosting Saturday Night Live
Let's
next
go.
week.
Let's
Finally,
go.
one of the good guys. Oh,
Let's go.
this week. Yeah, this Saturday, Shane Gillis is hosting SNL. Finally, I mean, it is a beautiful thing for like just the full circle comeback. It's one of those things where whether you like him, don't like, it's all irrelevant. It's not about that. It's like subjectively, he's one of the funniest guys in our generation.
Yeah.
And it's really just about the kind of forgiving and forgetting of our society. That's what I like is like, you know, now people are still trying to take him down with old resurfaced clips, and no, the world doesn't care anymore because you realize like we got bigger fish to fry. That's a bullshit thing.
Yeah.
Comedy is a thing that is supposed to be not enjoyed by all, and usually the better comics will also simultaneously offend people. That's part of our job.
It's a beautiful thing to see the actual shift in public taste, right? Is like this, there was a huge outcry when he first gets hired. Sensitivity is flaring. Everybody's like, no, it becomes the biggest story. Now these exact same things come out and people are like, fuck you, dude, it's funny. They're literally just batting it away. Like, you guys don't dictate this anymore.
Yeah.
You had your moment. We all went insane and listened to you.
Yeah.
And now we understand that you guys don't dictate taste. And if you are in charge, then nothing funny ever gets made.
Norm got
kicked
fired
off SNL and comes back and hosts.
It's awesome.
But like, and that's fired because that's like one of Shane's heroes.
Yeah. No, it's sick because I mean, to like get banished from the city and then return as king is like always it's like biblical cool. Like this is what like all of us in our minds are thinking when we're in the shower and replaying events, replaying things we would have said.
I'll show them.
He's gonna get to show them, and they're gonna knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
I already know.
And is he gonna have McKeever do a couple sketches? I'd be so fired.
I would imagine that you would bring your guys.
What's working?
Yeah. Like I would imagine SNL if they're smart, they're like, hey, you know how like you make the best sketches online? Like, why don't you do that for us? That'd be great.
I mean, he's got to do Trump. That's like
done.
No question.
Yeah, it's
I'm
not-
curious if he brings
gotta
back
do
other
Trump,
sketches. Like if he brings back like Guy Fieri guy, like the PTSD dude, or like if he brings back some of those characters.
Yeah.
Because I think it'd be smart, like if he has this show online already, and you have
Especially
this huge platform.
if we're familiar with them.
Yeah.
Because it's less legwork of creating a new character. Yeah, that's
and the
actually.
audience that's not familiar with it would be like, oh, this character's so funny. And you're like, yeah, I have another sketch with him already on YouTube. I'm like, I wonder if you could double dip like that.
2 nights ago. I'm out. I'm at the stand.
Sarah's pregnant again?
No.
Okay.
Oh, God, I hope not. I was at the stand. We're all hanging out, yucking it up. It's me, Ian, Lara, Kramer, the butler. We're all around. So we're all talking about, and I mentioned, first of all, I do this. I'm like, hey, Shane Gillis is hosting SNL. How crazy is that? And everyone's like, what? And then I realized, I'm like, is that a big secret? So I was like, oh, maybe. I don't know. I heard that. And then like 10 minutes later, he announced it.
Okay.
So I was like, woo. But it occurred to me, I'm driving home. I think you're going to host SNL.
Oh, geez, you scared me. Like, you're not going to like this. So then you pull that out of your
I
ass.
know, but I'm looking like he has 1 million followers. You have 1 million followers. 2 at the Beacon. You're a New York staple. You're at the top of the comedy game.
Nah, this is different.
This is going to happen.
This is a story.
Is this
though.
crazy?
No, I think you're
Chuck?
crazy.
Oh,
Look,
Chuck
this is crazy.
It's possible.
Chuck doesn't agree.
Chuck is hurt. I mean, that was hurtful.
This is a story, though. This is the guy who got fired is now the Bud Light sponsor.
But Nate
Now he's at
Bargatze.
the Forum.
I was gonna say Nate too.
I'm not saying you're hosting tomorrow, but why they
10
could put you
years,
in there?
maybe.
10 years.
I gotta OD.
Oh,
I gotta
you'll-
be resuscitated. You gotta give me mouth to mouth. Well, I'll get a boner, and then I gotta be in the paper. I gotta save an old lady from a train.
You think you're going to be successful in 10 years?
That's
you got
a good
18
point.
months.
Yeah, I'm on the way out.
I mean,
you're right.
forget
I'm peaked.
about it.
Good point.
But how crazy is that? That's like not even like insane. Right now, if you're like I'm hosting SNL, I'd be blown away. But it's not insane.
Sure,
Nate, Shane,
I think we got
Costanza.
Like Gaffigan has never hosted.
Is that true?
I assume.
I think maybe he hosted.
I
He
feel like
hosted,
we
didn't he?
got a little ways to go. You got to be on a
But
TV
he's not
show.
young and hip.
That's true.
Nate, no TV show. Shane, no TV show. He's got 1 million followers. You got 1 million
sound
followers.
So
You're a
does
comic.
Twerky
Exactly the
Dick
same.
Chick out there has 1 million followers, you know?
Yeah, but no one wants to see Twerky Dick Chick.
I'm a fan.
Shane Gillis, man, coming around.
Oh yeah.
Woo! And one of the most triumphant things ever in justice
It's
happening
the
in comedy.
greatest. It might be the greatest thing in the history of comedy.
Yeah.
For sure.
I've had goosebumps
So great.
since I've heard it. It's still unbelievable and fucking so deserved and awesome, man. So shout out to Shane Gillis getting SNL February 24th. We'll all be tuned into that.
Wait, SNL? I thought you were talking about his mothership weekend.
Nope.
Oh, he's on Saturday Night Live. He's doing Saturday Night. He's hosting.
I'm excited for Shane too. That's going to be a fucking.
It's gonna be great.
It's going to be wild.
awesome.
Yeah, what a wild time.
It's a wild time. It's a great time to be.
Do you believe the pendulum is swinging right now in the other direction
Yeah, I
again?
think to a degree. I just, because the traditional media space has been rocked in the last year. They had a really big strike. Movie studios are losing a lot of money. Streamers have lost a lot of money. Netflix hasn't. Netflix has really done well. A few of them have done well, but a lot of them across the board have taken a beating. And it's been this whole year has been a disruption.
I remember reading one of the articles. I'll never forget this as long as I live, because there's something so great about you ever see like when a news article will write something about a comedian and how offensive they were, and when they quote them, it's still kind of funny. The best example of that I've ever seen was this news article. I don't know, it was BuzzFeed or someone or whatever, but they wrote an article about this horrible racist comedian, Shane Gillis. And they said in the article, they go, he described, and I can't even remember, it was like some Hollywood actor. And he goes, he described this Hollywood actor as, quote, gayer than ISIS. And I just remember thinking, dude, gayer than ISIS is the funniest way to describe someone. I don't care how indignant you were reading that article, even you had to admit that, like, that's really funny.
Even now, like they're trying to, because he's hosting, they're trying to pull up old clips. It's like, what are you doing?
Right.
What a fucking loser. Can't wait to see the absolute fucking pussies who are going to talk about this seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Who are
yeah,
going to
yeah.
like have a conversation about it. Shut up.
I don't know that they really exist anymore outside of just being on TV.
Right.
Like even those people that talk about it on TV, when you meet them in real life, they're like, "Who get this shit?"
Yeah, they don't care at all.
Every one of them doesn't care.
It's so dumb. I think this will be one of the most watched SNL episodes.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, is he's not only an amazing comedian, but he has a sketch background, so he's going to make the show better. I would be willing to bet my bottom dollar that Shane's going to do a Trump impersonation on the show and then continuously come back and be Donald Trump for the election, because Alec Baldwin can't do it anymore.
Why? What happened to him?
Cancel culture never existed because you basically are removing his comeback. You know what I mean? Like he was so determined and then he kept working that he was able to get the opportunity despite being canceled.
Yeah.
When you go, see, cancel culture never existed. All right, so then he never went through anything? He never lost
you diminish
anything?
what he went through.
Exactly.
There's like a guy that's wrongfully in prison for 10 years, and he gets out, and it's like
the justice system works.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that I already know that that's going to be a conversation that kind of comes. They're going to use it to kind of almost discredit it. But what he did, and the internet hated this guy.
Yeah.
Like they shit all over
trending
him.
on Twitter.
Even comedians were attacking another comedian.
Yeah.
Like for jokes, like trying to be funny.
Yeah.
And
TMZ showing up at his shows, being like, "Oh, here's the cancel comedian." Like,
so I don't think that's fair to him.
Gillis is doing SNL, and then TMZ released, they said, resurfaced footage, and it was like, it wasn't resurfaced, it was they resurfaced
Yeah,
it.
you went and found it. You signed up for a Compound Media subscription.
It is legitimately going to your fucking girlfriend and being like, well, this came across my desk, a photo of you in
Yeah, you're like, it wasn't, you went and found
1998.
it. Also, we should have
On a date with another
every
guy.
comedian should be amnestied from anything ever said or done on Compound Media. That should be like, we should have like a presidential
Compound's
amnesty.
a tough one. When those compound tapes start coming out, you go, even the Shane one, I go, I thought this was behind a paywall.
Wait a second. Like literally, that's every comic goes, oh, wait, that was online?
Someone pointed this out, though. They go, that's funny that TMZ had to pay for the Compound subscription to get to it. But like, legitimately, when you saw that, you're just like, Compound, huh? I thought... Everything we said there was kind of behind a paywall.
Yeah, it could kind of be used against us for life, you say?
Every comedian in New York said some pretty wild shit behind that paywall.
Yeah. Okay.
I agree. Compound amnesty for sure, dude.
But I have a question. What do you think? So, because a lot of the people who probably are writers for SNL have been there for like a bit, right? And they are pretty like young, like very diverse crew of writers at SNL. Do you think there's any scenario? Because you know how they like a bunch of them were like when Chappelle was there and they were like where they were all like, do you think they're gonna sandbag him?
No.
And, like, is there any scenario where they go like they're like here's
no
like
because the people that are cool there like him.
Oh, okay.
Everyone like Shane, but like like Jay and all those guys are all friends.
Yeah, obviously, but I'm saying right because I guess they're the head writers.
No, he's a comic in New York. All those guys know him. But Chappelle, the thing with the Bo and Yang, so Chappelle basically went on SNL and he just like showed up and then he went up to the thing, right? And then Bo and Yang essentially, allegedly, moved to the other side of the stage to like not be around him, right?
Yeah.
If that happened, I think a part of that is just like the game's the game where it's like, dude, everyone that likes him has been writing articles about how Chappelle's the devil. If he was in a photo being like, yes, sir.
Right.
I bet you off camera, guys like that, you know how the game is
Yeah,
with those
yeah.
people. Off camera, they do what helps them. And I don't know him personally, but they do what helps them. But on camera, he was just like, I have to pretend. I bet you he's like kind of like, oh, I have to pretend I don't like this or I'm going to
get it from my fans kind of thing. Like
that's what my hypothesis is.
But I wonder, like, I'm not talking
but
about
my point, just
facing people.
Just to finish that one last point, the TMZ basically released that and every person was like, fuck off, TMZ.
As a few of these guys just mentioned, right after Shane made his hosting announcement, there was a slew of hit piece articles written by the same dorks at Deadspin who got Shane fired the first time, who once again tried to resurface more clips of comedians making jokes on podcasts. It's interesting to note that between the host and the musical guest this week, one of these guys has literally murdered people and is proud to rap about it in almost all of his songs, yet there's been zero stink about 21 Savage being the musical guest. I'm a fan of 21 Savage and think it's really cool that he's hosting with Shane, but you'd think a stand-up guy like Mr. Virtue Seth Simmons would want to dig into some old song lyrics the same way that he dug into Shane's podcast appearances behind a paywall. TMZ also tried their best to create problems for Shane, which we'll talk more about after hearing a word from the sponsor of today's video.
Oh man, yeah, man. So it's gonna be dope. You know, I expect to see a lot of Trump impersonation, some gold Trump sneakers. They definitely better have the sneakers.
You have to do Trump.
Yeah.
You have to do. Yes, to do
Exactly.
Trump.
You
The
gotta
same
wear
Trump.
the sneakers. You gotta make that funny somehow.
Yeah,
You just got to.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Hey, don't go ahead.
Because I think he does. He's probably the best. He has the best Trump impersonation. Like when he's dressed up. Like what did we see? The Trump speed dating. Like that shit. This thing was.
Right.
Yeah, this thing that was Trump.
Oh,
it kind of looks like him.
Yeah, painted orange.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, man. It's like I
It's
said,
gonna be
man.
It's gonna be a must-see TV.
Yeah, man. Because I mean, if you watch his YouTube videos and the skits that they're hilarious. They are, and I mean, you can't deny this man. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that he's getting a second chance and liven up SNL a little bit. Keep it. You know what I'm saying?
Can't wait to hear his monologue.
Right.
I'm gonna see if he does like some type of homage to Norm and do this kind of similar joke.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Tonight, I can't wait, nigga. It's gonna be but today I think it comes on like 11 o'clock or something.
Right.
SNL.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah, tune in.
Yeah.
Everybody.